Well, hello. Welcome to Thursday Night Live Hangout. I'm Tina Carini. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you from Byron, Georgia. So today I have a really pretty card to share with you guys, and it is called an double gatefold interlocking card. I'm pretty sure I just fumbled that all up, but that's okay. It's really pretty. It's really not hard to make, so hopefully I will make it look as easy as it is and not make it look harder than it is. So, yeah, so let's go ahead and I'm going to go down to, well, nope, that thing doesn't work. So I got to come over here and do it. All right. So first of all, I have a couple of announcements to make and I forgot to print it out. So hopefully I can remember everything that I wanted to talk about. One of the things I know for sure is my Happy Meal. I keep calling it Happy Meal. I must have McDonald's on my brain. Maybe I want their French fries. I don't know. But I did have a card. You guys are going to have to forgive me tonight. I am struggling a little bit. A dear friend of mine who is a demonstrator is in hospice right now. I know I've asked for prayer for her on my Facebook page, and so yeah, so please just be in prayer for her family and her longtime friends, because I know that they are all hurting very much. Excuse the screen for moving. My son is doing something.
Sorry, the screen was like super cut off.
Oh. This has to move?
No. I just had to do it on that.
But I didn't want this part here. Sorry, you guys.
You gotta move. Okay.
So I gotta move
Move
this.
the camera to get rid of that spot.
Okay. Oops. Well, now it's all crooked. One moment, please. It's still got the brown over here.
You just have to tweak the camera.
I'll have to tweak the camera. Well, it's not going to tweak. It's just making it worse. So anyway, so you guys just please, I just made it even worse, didn't I? Now my hostess code isn't in. Oh, well, we're just going to go with this tonight. I just ripped that too. That's okay. So anyway, hi, Chris. Hey, Kim. So, oh, Kim says, hi, Jacob. So just please be in prayer for her daughter, and her daughter just had to make some really tough decisions. And so yeah, so I was going to cancel my live tonight and decided not to, because I know Linda, she would be upset with me if I did. She would want me to do the Facebook Live. So that's what we're going to do. And with y'all's support, we're just going to go forward and we're going to have a good time tonight. So let's see. The card we're going to be making tonight is this one. And I guess I moved. Don't ask me where I put them, but the cards that are in, here's the PDF file for them. I'm really not doing well. Let's see. Here we go. Here they are. I found them. So this is one of the cards here, and this is the other one, and this one. So there is a Facebook, well, there is a Facebook Live video from it from Tuesday, but I don't know how many of you guys are having trouble viewing it. I know that I cannot pull it up, and it won't load for me, and it won't download to be able to upload it to YouTube. So I made a new video, just a clean tutorial about it, and I did post it on Facebook. So it's there for you if you haven't seen it, on how to create those cards. But what that is that's my Happy Mail free card class. So when you purchase $35 or more before tax and shipping from me, I will send you the make and take for the 3 cards for free. Plus I'll email you the PDF files for those cards. If you spend $50 or more before tax and shipping, I will send you the 3 make and takes, the PDF file, plus a free pack of embellishments. And the ones that I'm hoping to send you guys are these. I've been using these a lot. These are the neutral adhesive back sequins. They're so pretty. but they may go on back order. If they do, I will substitute with something as close to it as I can. I thought about maybe the gold textured adhesive back dots. So these are very pretty too. So anyway, hey Lynette, glad you guys are here. Thank you for joining me tonight. Also, just a reminder about my October class. It's October 12th at 10:30 a.m. It's a Saturday. I do have links. There's a link in the description for that as well, to register for the class. So I think I have 5 seats left out of 10. So we're doing good. We're rocking there. And oh, I forgot to tell you guys, you have to use the host code for the free card class. So this is the host code for that. And the deadline to order to get those 3 make and takes is September 30th, I think. I think it's September 30th because Tuesday would be the 1st, and I'll go live again with another set of cards for you guys to do. So I'm doing the Happy Meal free card class. Did I just say Happy Meal, or did I say, I hope I said Happy Meal. Happy Meal card class every other Tuesday. So let's see. And then, oh, if you're not on my email list, to get my newsletters and a free card tutorial every month I send out, and to stay in the know with everything that's going on with Sponge and Stamp and everything that's going on with Stampin' Up, there's a link in the description too for that, to make sure that you're on that list so that you don't miss a thing. And let's see, I'm trying to remember everything. Oh, Paper Pumpkin for first-time subscribers is 40% off right now, and I don't have my printout to tell me the dates of that, but I think it expires this month, I think. Anyway, so, but I do have that. I think I have it posted on my Facebook. If I don't, I will post it on there probably tomorrow. But again, if you're on my email list, you will get information on all this stuff. I'm trying to remember because I know that if I forget something, I'm going to go, darn it. Maybe I'll think about it as we go along. So this is a card, like I said, that we're doing. This is a interlocking double fold gate card. And isn't that very pretty? It just opens and closes. It's so very pretty. And I'm going to show you how to make that. So we're going to start off with a piece of very vanilla. And we're going to have to cut this down to 5.5 by 10 3/4. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in my paper trimmer. And I'm going to take this to, actually, I'm going to do it this way. I'm trying to figure out, remember how I did this, because I made this card, oh gosh, a week and a half ago, because this was the card that I was going to do last Thursday night, but we lost our internet, so I wasn't able to come live. So we're going to do 5.5 first. You're going to keep this part because you're going to be able to cut your layers, and possibly, I think we're going to have enough room to stamp on. I'm not positive. I may have to grab an extra piece for that. Like I said, it's been, it was a week and a half ago or so, and a lot has happened, and yeah, so I want to do this at 10 3/4. I think we're right. All right. And then we're going to score this. So I'm going to bring in my scoring tool because I want to make sure that my scores are pretty straight, pretty good, you know. We're going to do that. So we're going to score at 1 5/8. So I got to count one. I think it's this one, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So it's the 1/8 after the half. And we're going to score. That doesn't seem right, but I'm going to do it. 1 5/8. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. Ooh, I almost did that wrong. Okay. And then 3 1/4. And then we're going to flip this around. And we're going to do the same thing. So 1 5/8. and 3 1/4. All right, so that is all there is to that. So let's put this away. And I just knocked that piece of cardstock right off my desk. That's okay. All right, so we're going to fold. I'm going to fold in and take my bone folder here. Just give that a nice little burnishing. And then we're going to fold in again. And then we're going to fold out. So that's pretty simple, right? And then we're going to fold in and out. All right, so there is the basic part of it. That's your card base right there, okay? Now we need to cut our layers. So we need to cut the very vanilla layer there and the very vanilla layer here. And this is where I'm hoping that I have the right measurements. Okay, so we need 3 3/4, and I don't think I have it, but I could go this way. 3 3, let me make sure. 2 3/4 right here. Okay, so I do 2 3/4, 3 3/4. 3 3/4 is what we need. 3 3/4 by 2 3/4. Goodness, I hope I'm doing this right. And that should fit right here. And it most definitely does do. All right. And then we need, what do we need? We need 3 1/4. So let's do 3 1/4. And 2 1/4. 2 1/4. And that should fit right there, and it does. Okay. Then we have our stamping with this piece, and that's not going to be quite enough, so you are going to need a little extra. So let me see if I have some scrap over here that we can use, and I do. So you are going to need, it's going to take a little bit more than a sheet of cardstock to make this, but that's okay, right? Because it's worth it. It's beautiful. So what we're going to do is I'm using Pretty Peacock, and we're going to stamp our pine and the mistletoe. And what I used for that is Golden Greenery. So we're going to use these 2 pieces here and these 2 pieces here. And we're going to first stamp. I need a piece of scrap, so let me get my scrap out. This will work right here. I used this morning on a video. I think I got some glue on that, but it'll be all right. So we're going to stamp our mistletoe. So I'm going to take, you have 2 stamps here. One is more of a solid one, and one has more detail on it. So we're going to take the more solid one, and I'm going to ink this up the best that I can here. And I also need my piercing mat, whatever I did with it. Do not know. I had it earlier. Of course I did, but I did. Well, fiddles. I do not know what I did with it. I did have it. Here it is, right here. Okay. All right, so we're going to take our piercing mat. Sorry, guys. We're going to take our piercing mat. I'm going to take this back. I just huffed on it a little bit. I am going to stamp off once, and then I'm going to stamp on the cardstock. So there we go. So that image is so pretty. Then I'm taking the detailed stamp, and I am going to ink that up. And then we're going to stamp on here full strength. So we're just going to line this up the best that we can. So pretty. Isn't that beautiful? I just love it. All right, so we've got that one done. Now we need to do our pine. So we're going to take that. I wonder if I could get them both on here. I think I might be able to. I might just be able to. So we're going to take the more solid one, and we're going to ink that up in Pretty Peacock as well. And we're going to just stamp right here. I think it's going to work. So you don't need an extra piece. How about that? And you know what, though? I messed it up because guess what I forgot to do? I forgot to stamp it off. So that's all right. We're going to ink this up again. We'll bring in our scrap piece here, and we'll just do it again. It's only ink and paper. It's not that big of a deal. Okay. And then I'm just going to lay that down right there. There we go. Now I'm going to take the detailed, and this one we're going to do full strength. You guys are quiet tonight. Okay. We're going to go ahead and line that up the best that we can. Stamp down. Oh, so pretty. Look at that. Oh, I love it. All right. Now this is the scary part because we're going to bring in the larger layer and we're going to stamp on it. So see how I did here? We're going to try to do that on here without messing up. So I'm going to ink up the solid piece again. Stamp it off. And then I'm just going to come across here about like that. It didn't all come off. It didn't all come off. That's all right. It is all right. And then we're going to ink this one up. Just like that. So it's a little dark up here, but it's all right. And you know what? I wanted to do this over here. I wanted to stamp this off twice. I meant to bring this over just a little bit. I think I did it right about there. So it's a little lighter. And then we're going to do the same thing with this one. We're going to ink this up, stamp it off twice, and then come over. No, we're going to stamp it off once. Stamp it off once. Okay, so we're going to stamp this off once. Then we're going to come in here and line this up. Just like that. There we go. All right, so this piece is done. Now we just got to die cut these out. So I need the dies to the stamp set. Did I tell you which stamp set we were using? We are using the Golden Greenery stamp set. I did. I showed you this already. And then we have the dies that coordinate with them. So you can purchase this in a bundle and save 10% then versus buying them separately. We need the die for the mistletoe. And we need the die for the pine. And then we also need the bells. And I'm going to be cutting out using the Designer Series paper, which is, I wrote me some notes here, which is from the Regal Winter 12 by 12 Specialty Designer Series paper. And this is one of the sheets, one of the designs that's in there. And aren't those bells beautiful? So we're going to die cut those out as well. So let me bring our platform over here. And let me get our, there you guys go. I'm so sorry. How'd you hurt yourself, Kim? Oh, good. I'm glad you guys like this. Oh no. Well, I hope it gets better. This is not the one. Yeah, no, this is right. I scared myself there for a minute, you guys. I thought I did something wrong. I did not. We're die cutting this one out as soon as I can line that up okay, which I think it is lined up all right. I am going to put that down there. Then we're going to take our, I'm going to cut this so that it fits on there a little bit better, because I would really like to be able to cut all of it at once, which I think I'm going to be able to do. All right, so then we're going to line up the pine best we can, just like so. I'm going to grab another piece of tape. I need some more tape over here. So just like that. Let me close this because this is an accident waiting to happen. Okay, so I need to get some more of this tape. All right, this is just Post-it note tape, you guys. I know I've told you a million times, but in case you're new watching, it's one of my favorite things to use to hold my dies in place when I'm cutting. Okay, so we're gonna put that one there, and then we're gonna line this up. This is one of the things that I love, love, love about these Stampin' Up! Mix dies. A lot of times when they have sweets there, they have designer series paper, and some of the designer series paper, you can use your dies to cut the paper. Like there's also some in this Regal, not Regal Winter. This is not Regal Winter. This is, I don't remember. Seasons of something. No, Golden Greenery. I don't remember. I can show it to you guys. I am so sorry. The Regal Winter is the designer series paper that we're going to be using on the card. This is something, this is part of the suite of the Golden Greenery. I don't remember the name of it right offhand. I'm so sorry. Okay, so here we go. Hopefully these didn't slip on me and I lined them up right, so we'll see. Oh, not too bad there. All right, I'll put this right over here. I need to put them back in the case. That one didn't turn out too bad either. The Golden Greenery. What is the name to this? I can't remember. So pretty though. Anyway, there is also printed vellum that has the greenery on it as well, and the mistletoe, and that is very pretty too. So there's our pieces. So we're going to get rid of this. I'm not going to throw that away because it's just too pretty to throw away. All right, so now we're going to bring in our card. So the one thing that I want to do is I want to show you guys that when you do it, you probably even want to do it before you fold it, but I didn't do that. We're going to stamp in here before we put all our card together. That way, if we mess up, if we choose, we can toss it, but you don't have to. You can just cut another piece of vellum, or not vellum, but very vanilla cardstock to go right over it and cover it up, and nobody would be the wiser. But I am going to do it first, stamp it first. So I am just going to put it right about here. I'm hoping it's straight. I hope. And I'm just going to press down and hold it. Got into a sliding match with a piece of plastic. Oh no, Kim. Oh no. Okay, there's a perfect example of if you mess up, don't toss it. We are going to get a piece of cardstock out. And yes, I'm being extremely lazy. I'm just rolling around in my chair. All right, so we're going to cut a piece. I'm going to measure this and see what size we need. I must have really rocked that. I didn't think I did, but I must have. So it's 4 1/4. So we're going to do 4, and this should be 5 1/2. So we'll do 4 by 5 1/4. All right, so we're going to cut us a piece that's 4 by 5 1/4. So let's do the 4 first. We'll do the 4 first. Goodness. Okay. And I said 5 1/4, right? That's what we're doing. All right. There we go. And then that will fit right in there. And nobody will be the wiser. And we're going to stamp this first, just in case I mess up again, which is likely. Hopefully not, but it is very likely that I do. So I hope that you guys are having a wonderful day today and that your week so far has been fantastic. And I really hope that you have a fabulous weekend. Okay. I've been trying to decide what I'm going to do this weekend, and I really just don't know. Oh, there we go. Okay. No rocking. And then we are going to stamp. I'm just going to use this piece right here. I think is good. We're going to use the detailed one. I think that's what I used inside the card on our sample card. And I think I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to stamp it off, and then I'm just going to bring it in like that. So there we go. Just like so. So pretty. And if you wanted it to be more full, you could use the detailed or the solid piece. We'll go ahead and do that. This ink pad is driving me nuts. We're going to stamp this off. Did I just ink up the same one? No, I didn't. We're going to stamp it off twice. And then we're just going to line this up just like so. And then there we go. So very pretty. Okay, let me hold that up for you guys so you can see. Isn't that beautiful? All right, in person, it almost looks real. It's so cool. All right, I'm just going to use some adhesive here to adhere this down. So that's how you just cover it up. You didn't mess it up. You just cut you some cardstock and put it down in there. Just kind of get it as straight as you can. I'm okay with that. There we go. And nobody will be the wiser. Check that out. All right, so now I'm going to move this because I don't like all that ink on there. So now we're going to do, we're going to layer our pieces, our vanilla onto our cherry cobbler. This piece right here is 3 inches by 4 inches. This piece right here is 2.5 by 3.5. And we're going to go ahead and layer those right there. And this one right here. Okay. No, we're not. I'm sorry. No, we're not. We're going to hold off on that. Okay. We're going to put our designer series paper on. So these two pieces right here are actually they're from the same suite. They are, this is called the Regal Distressed Pattern 12 by 12 Specialty Designer Series paper. And the reason why it's specialty is because it has the gold in it, the same with the paper that I just cut the bells out of. So when it has that gold or silver or anything that's metallic in it, shiny, it's specialty paper. And those are going to go on the outside. Let's go ahead and move this. I don't need this anymore. At least I don't think I do. All right. And we're going to go ahead and adhere those down. So we're just going to line those up. Try to give an even, oh, this is not cut right. Oh, yes, it is. I was trying to give it an even border. These are, what are these? These are on the back side. Let's see. These are 1 3/8 by 5.5. These pieces here. Okay. Well, it could have gone up a little higher, so let's see if I can get that to do that. All right. I think we're good there. I should have used my liquid glue for this because it gives me so much more room to try to get it straight, because this is not straight either. But you know what? I am gonna go for it. I'm just gonna go for it. All right, and then this one right here, I'm using my glue. I really do love the tape runner, but for me, when I'm gluing layers down and stuff, I think I prefer my liquid glue because it gives me wiggle room if I'm quick enough to get them where I want them. Okay, there we go. That's a whole lot straighter than that one. All right, so now what we're going to do is we can go ahead and layer this. So this piece here and this piece here, we're going to layer just like that. So I am going to go ahead and put some glue. You can pop this up if you want to, but I'm just going to glue them straight down on top of each other like so. All right. And actually, I think I want this to come up just a little bit higher like so. There we go. And then I'm going to glue down my bells. Oh, that one cut a little wonky, but it'll be all right. Did I do it on the right side? No, I didn't. It's all right. All right, so we're going to line those up at the top like that and catty corner that like that. And that's going to go right up there like that. And then we are going to glue these down. Again, like I said, you can pop them up if you want to, but I'm not going to. It's going to go right like so. And then I'm going to pop the bells up though. I think I am. I did it on our sample card, but I think on this one I'm going to. So we're going to pop those bells up just like that. They're going to sit like that. And then we're going to take our ribbon, which is the, what's it called? Satin ribbon? I guess so, satin ribbon. It is cherry cobbler in gold, so it's got that gold trim on it. We're going to tie a little bow. It is on back order right now, so it is coming back. I'm not sure on the date that it's expected to be back in stock. I'm thinking it's October, but I'm really not 100% positive on that. If you're interested in this ribbon and would like to know approximately when it's going to be in stock, I will just let me know and I will find out for you and I will let you know. All right. It really is beautiful ribbon. It's gorgeous. All right, and then we're just going to put that bow right there. I'm going to make this a little smaller, and this one loop is not wanting to cooperate with me because it knows that we are live, so it's got a mind of its own. I know they do. I know this ribbon does. They have minds of their own. All right, so we're going to use a glue dot now. Let's see. I had it this morning. I really did. I did a video video this morning. I did the YouTube video this morning, and I had the glue dots. And I had them when I was playing with the evergreen dies, trying to teach myself how to use the dies to make a bow, which is really easy. And I don't know what I did with it at all. I don't know. Maybe I put them away, which is not like me. I don't put things away most of the time. Oh, you know what? That's what fell off my desk, and I can't reach it because it's behind all these boxes, but maybe I can get my foot back there. How about that? I did. Okay. There we go. All right. I knew I heard something fall off just a little bit ago, and then we're just going to put that right there, except for this got twisted. We're going to fix that just like that. There we go. All right. Now we're ready to layer this one on here. So let's go ahead and layer this on here. Just like this. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. I know that I'm struggling, but I really needed this. And I appreciate you guys and love you so much. I'm so glad you think I'm funny and not a total idiot. Okay, so now we're going to, before we layer this one, we need to stamp our Mary down here. So we're going to use a cherry background image to it to where I stamped this really heavy. So I am going to wipe that off. Okay. And then we're just going to try to stamp this as straight as we can. Right about here. Not too bad. Not too bad. All right. So now we're going to put some adhesive on this. And yes, I am going to take a chance with the tape runner one more time. Okay, so we're going to try. I can do it like this. It's the skinny piece. And when I can't see, really, and I was having a hard time seeing where that one was going. There we go. Just like so. All right, so we've got those are ready. This is ready. Oh, we forgot to put these in. So these strips too, these are the same size. These are 1 3/8 by 5.5. And they're going to go in the inside of this fold here, top to bottom and top to bottom. And this is from the Regal Winter Design Specialty Designer Series paper. No, it's not specialty. It's just Designer Series paper. This doesn't have, I'm getting my papers confused. What's new? I stay confused. Okay, so here we go. We are going to try to get that to be straight as we can, just like so, and I'm okay with that, I think. I'm really struggling to see those score lines. Okay, and then we're going to glue this piece down. And this card's so pretty, it really is. And I tell you, once you make your first one, it's a snap after that. It's really not hard. And I think it really gives a wow. You can use any Designer Series paper, colors, images that you want to use on your card. All right, there we go. Now it's time to put it together. So I have to see what I did here because I get confused. See, I can't even put it together right. All right. There we go. All right, so we want this. Oh, I caught that paper. We want this to go right about here, like so. And then this one. Do you see what I did? Oh, I did it on that one too. You know what? I layered that too. So let's hope and pray that I can stamp this on here. I thought I just put it on the other one, but I did not. So hopefully we can do this okay. Yes. All right. So, we're going to put this together again. We're going to go right about here, just like so. And then this piece here is going to go right about there, just like that, I think. Come down a little bit more, just like so. All right, so this piece here, we only want to put adhesive on this side. You don't want it to go past this part right here, or otherwise it's going to stick to the inside of your card, and you don't want that. So the easiest way that I found to do it is that yeah, I did. I glued this straight down. So I am going to just pull this up and try not to go past that part. And I know about where I wanted it to go. So that's where it's going to go. And I'm going to hope that it's right. Because that one's easy. This one is going to be a little bit trickier because this one, you've got to, this one gets popped up. So, and I think I am good right there. So what I'm going to do is, I know the bottom comes, I'm going to say just above, just above this little silver line and just below that silver line. Or you can just hold your fingernails like that. And then you know you can't go past this card base right here. So you're going to take your dimensionals. And I'm going to put one that's right here. And I'm going to put one that is right here. And I'm butting it up right next to this card base right here. And then I'm going to make sure that I did not go too far down or too far up, and I didn't. And then I'm just going to line them right across here. If you know of an easier way, by all means do that. And if you do, let me know what it is, because I would love to know. But this is a pretty easy way, I think, anyway. You can just look for little marks, and we're going to do the same thing right here. Then we're going to pull these backings off. I almost said out. Pull them off or poke them off. That one's going to be a little stubborn. All right. And then we're just going to line this on here right where we think it needs to go, which is right there. Just like that. And then we are done, you guys. That is it, outside of putting our embellishments. So it goes, Merry, Merry Christmas. Isn't that beautiful? I absolutely love this. We're going to put our rhinestones on there. And I'm going to put these Regal foiled adhesive back dots. We're going to put those on there. I'm going to use these ones right here. I'm really not sure what color that's supposed to be, but I think it looks really pretty with the cherry cobbler. It looks really pretty with, believe it or not, it looks very pretty with Blackberry Bliss. And it also looks very, very pretty with, I'm going to put that one right there, with pecan pie. And then this one, I thought I put more than two. I guess I didn't. I thought I did. I sure thought that I did. Because I really don't think this piece needs any, because there's so much prettiness going on. So how about if we just put it right up here? That looks pretty. There we go. There we go. And then you might want to just make sure that this down here is adhered really well, because if you're not careful, you can catch that when you're sliding. You shouldn't, but I do, because it's popped up just for that reason, and so it would slide right over the top of it. But that is it, you guys. Isn't that so much fun and so pretty? I hope that you really like this card. See, I caught that pretty good right there. I wasn't paying much attention. All right, so meaning it didn't get adhered very well, and that could cause it to. See, that bottom corner did not. If it's sticking up at all, it's going to catch. But there you go. That is it. It's on there. Okay, so I think that is it. I talked about my Happy Mail free card class. Here's the host code for that. Remember, purchase of $35 or more before tax and shipping. I will send you the 3 make and takes for that card and email you the PDF file tutorial. If you spend $50 or more, you get a free pack of embellishments, the PDF file, and the 3 make and takes for this card class. I don't think I put that over far enough. Oh, well. Oh, I know what it is. You got to burnish these really good, too. You got to make sure that they're really nice and burnished so that it will stay shut a little better. All right, so, and don't forget to sign up for my emails if you're not getting them. Paper Pumpkin, 40% off right now for your next Paper Pumpkin kit, which would be in October, which is going to be fantastic and beautiful. There's a new add-on die that you will be able to use for October, September, and November's Paper Pumpkins. And let's see here. Let me go ahead and come back up. There we go. And I know there's something else that my in-person class. Don't forget to register for that. There are links for that. Everything should be linked in the, I just saw your thing, Kim. You know me. Yep, I sure do. Oh, yes, it is very unique, Lynette. I think it's very beautiful. It's a lot of fun to make. And I think that whoever I send that to is really going to enjoy that card. Whoever you send your card to, they're going to love it. Remember to send out those cards that you make and put a smile on somebody's face and just make their day. Thank you for coming on here. You are so welcome. I love to be here. It's a joy to be here all the time. I love it so much. I don't like it so much when I mess up a lot, but you know, hey, I'm only human, and you know what? We make mistakes, right? So, but I don't like calling them mistakes anymore. I like calling them, you know, Bob Ross. My dad, growing up, he took Bob Ross's painting classes when we lived in Florida, and he was actually quite good. My dad was, and so I remember Bob Ross used to say all the time that there are no mistakes, only, oh, I just forgot what it was. Only happy accidents. So that's what we're going to call them now. They're not mistakes, they're happy accidents. And you know what? Sometimes a mistake or a happy accident could sometimes turn out to be your best card ever. That has happened to me a few times. And I'm like, wow, okay. So it's been, scissors just fell. So, yeah, I can't remember what else it was that I wanted to talk to you about. Paper Pumpkin, my class, my Happy Mail, my email list. I think that's it. But anyway, all right, you guys, I'm going to go now. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lynette. Thank you so much again. Oh, if you're watching this on YouTube, thank you very, very much. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. And I hope that you come back and visit me and subscribe to my channel. Make sure that you click the icon to follow me. I think it's a bell still, but I'm not sure. They change things all the time. But just click and make sure that you're following me or get notified whenever I post a new video so that you don't miss anything, because you don't want to miss anything. And that's it, you guys. I'm out of here. You guys have a great rest of your night, a great rest of your week, and have a fabulous weekend. I love you guys. Bye-bye. Maybe.